Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Nearly 1 year ago I uploaded a special Easter video introducing 3 new regional variants to the Jermanzburg region. An Easter fire inspired Tangrowth, an Easter bunny inspired Fanart, and an Easter egg inspired Exeggutor. Ever since then these Fakemon were sitting in my Fakemon decks without an evolution, so today I will show you what we came up with. And before we start I have to be completely honest with you, I totally forgot it's been a year, so I did draw these evolutions rather spontaneous, or drew the sketch like ages ago, forgot about them and started again. Let's start with the evolution to Jermanzburg Fanart. Jermanzburg Fanart is based on the Easter Bunny, and I've used that with some paint and color elements, cause the Easter Bunny brings painted Easter eggs to children. At first I tried to make a regional Lopunny. Missy Dupop gave me the idea of turning the ears into a painter's palette, and posed Lopunny like it's using the ears to paint something. And Joshua N8 suggested to include elements of Rave Girls since they often wear a lot of colors. And at this point you probably already saw that I did not make a regional Lopunny. It's not like I didn't try, I really did, but Lopunny is such a humanoid Pokemon that I just couldn't figure out a way to draw it. Humanoid Fakemon are the hardest for me to draw, so I went with a more animalistic shape. I still included the painter's palette ears, which it can use to draw, but it's not using it right now. Instead it is decorating an egg with the pattern of Togepi. I didn't think of a lore reason why it would do that, but since Togepi is literally an egg, I thought it would be a funny detail. The mane is loosely supposed to look like a flat brush and a pointed brush as the tail. I colored it green cause Rave Girls often have crazy hair colors. Like Fanart, the design of this Fakemon is asymmetrical. One half of the body has more red accents and the other one more blue ones. Oh, I also was this close naming this Fakemon Hair Color, a fusion of hair, like a different term for rabbit, and well, color, which would be a pun to the term hair color, the stuff you dye your hair with, cause this Fakemon has colored hair, but I figured that would be a bit, I don't know, weird I guess. So I went with Harehue, a fusion of hair and color hue, and it runs with value. It is a fighting and ground type. It does everything to protect their painted eggs, and uses different fighting techniques like throwing colored powder in opponents' eyes. Oh, by the way, I changed the shiny colors. Originally I made original shinies, however I decided to make the shinies of these original variants or evolutions the same color as the original Pokemon. The second Fakemon I showed you was a regional Exeggutor based on Easter eggs. 3 weeks ago I was on a campaign in Romania and our team got invited to a celebration. Since we were honorary guests we got gifted some things like gift bags, and this included painted eggs. This has nothing to do with what I went, but I still wanted to show it regardless. The Jermanzburg Exeggutor is actually based on the Osterbaum, aka Easter tree. It's a tradition where you hang painted Easter eggs on trees. They are supposed to bring good weather and get rid of the cold temperatures of the winter. I contemplated making a completely new evolution, but due to my bad time planning I only had time for a original variant. At first I just sketched a regular Exeggutor with 3 happy faces, cause Jermanzburg Exeggutor is all happy and jolly. The leaves on top of its head are shaped like oak leaves, since oaks are rather common in Germany, and if you would ask me what tree comes to my mind when thinking about Germany, I would probably say the oak. To include the hanging eggs I just drew a few of them floating around its body. This Fakemon can use its telekinetic powers to control eggs and other small objects. They usually use them to entertain children and younger Fakemon, like some sort of puppeteer. However, it can also throw them if it gets attacked. While coloring, I realized that the silhouette looked a lot like a turnip, so I thought it would be funny if this Exeggutor is a lot smaller than its original version. Not as small as an actual turnip, but still. I think in the end it turned out really cute, even if the design was a bit rushed, since I drew it when we were still in Romania and, well, we didn't really have that much free time besides one Sunday, which I used to draw this Fakemon, a paradox form, and a completely new Fakemon. But these aren't finished yet, maybe in the future, who knows. And here it is, Jermanzburg Exeggutor. Upon evolving, it gained the Psychic type. Back when I made the first stages of these mons, I purposely left 3 Pokédex numbers free so I could add 3 evolutions, and Exeggutor's number is 78 and now we are at like 150 or something like that, so the amount of Fakemon has at least doubled, which is crazy. By the way, if you're wondering, the Jermanzburg decks will have at least over 200 Fakemon, which includes Fakemon from other YouTubers, regional variants and regional fakes, Fakemon from other series I've done, and my original Fakemon of course. Just as a side note. The last Fakemon is the evolution of Jermanzburg Tangela. It is based on the tradition of the Easter fire. 2 weeks before Easter, people can bring their garden stuff to a specific place, and either on Easter Sunday or Monday it gets burned down. It looks cool, but it's not really good for Mother Nature. Well, anyways, it was still the inspiration, and tradition is tradition, I guess. Nathan Alcantara suggested a pretty dark lore for this Fakemon, which was cool, but I decided to tone it down a bit. As for Tangela, I did trace the original design, which I never do, but I would have gone crazy drawing Tangrowth, so yeah, I had to trace it. I wanted to have the vibe of a fire demon, but not a very dangerous one. Yes, it does have some giant burning hands, and yes, it does have some curved demon horns, and yes, its face is covered by roots that are shaped like a giant mouth, but it's actually rather calm and friendly, well, at least towards its trainer. Nathan suggested that in ancient times Tangrowth created shapes to lure people towards them and burn them, and I changed that up a tiny bit. Back then, teens challenged each other to go near Tangrowth and hug it if it's possible, to show how brave they are. Only the bravest one would be able to do so. If they showed fear, the Tangrowth would spook them with little flames, but never enough to actually hurt them. And here it is, the grass and fire type Jermanzburg Tangrowth. This one was the easiest to come up with, but the most annoying one to draw because of the roots, which I'm not gonna talk about these roots. But I think it turned out cool. Or warm, I guess. So after almost 1 year, Jermanzburg Baneri, Exeggutor and Tangela finally got their own evolutions. What do you think about them, and which one is your favorite? I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like if you did, subscribe to not miss any future uploads and new projects. Have a nice day and see you in the comments!